Hey, welcome back to Up Your Faith. Today's video, I want to talk to you about something that is super important. You all know I love the Old Testament, and I want to talk to you about in the book of Second Chronicles, we see a promise. We see a revelation of God's character. But in 1 Kings chapter 21, we see that character of God being revealed. We see it in action. We see that promise come to reality. So I want to talk to you about why that is important and what does that mean for us when it comes to God's character, when it comes to forgiveness, and why should we care? In 2 Chronicles chapter 7, verse 14, this is God's promise to a group of people, but I believe it applies to all of us in the sense that we can still benefit from that characteristic of God's being. And it reveals in chapter 7, it says this: "If my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and heal their land." As I mentioned, this promise is, although it's a promise to a specific group of people, but I believe also it reveals a character of God. And why that is so important is because God says in that verse right there is that if we humble ourselves and seek his face, then he will answer, he will forgive us and redeem the time. In 1 Kings chapter 21 is the story of Ahab, one of the worst, most wicked kings in the land at the time. Ahab, if you remember, Ahab was the king who had it with Elijah, with the fire and the drought, all that good stuff, and who was married to Jezebel, one of the most wickedest queens, right? So in chapter 21, we see Ahab and his wife Jezebel had just conspired together to take a man's vineyard and had him knock off for his own land. And we see them afterwards and what God said to him. So they've committed this crime, and God said to Ahab, "Look, for what you did, I am going to destroy you. I am going to bring disaster on your house now, and your descendants and your sons. Everybody in your family is going to get it. You're not going to have anyone left because I'm going to destroy everything. In the same way you just deleted that person, I'm going to do worse. And your wife, oh, believe me, your wife's going to get it even worse. Like dogs will lick her blood from the floor. That's how bad you're going to get it." So Ahab, who heard all those things, panicked. Again, this is the most wicked king in the land. Ahab heard what was coming to him. He panicked, and guess what he did? He started fasting. He started a fast. He got on his knees. He lay flat on the floor and started begging and pleading and humbled himself and asked God for forgiveness. Now, Elijah is looking around like, okay, he's definitely going to get what he deserves. But God showed up and said, you know what? Have you seen Ahab? Because he humbled himself and he's face down on the floor, guess what I'm going to do? I am going to spare him. I'm not going to bring disaster on his house in his lifetime, but instead, I'm going to do it in his son's lifetime. So I'm going to spare him the embarrassment, but I will still bring disaster on his house after he's gone. So here we see the promise that was made in 1 Chronicle, right? That if you humble yourself, God will forgive you and God will bring healing. And we see it in action, the character of God. We see God's character in action with the most wicked king. God, because he humbled himself, God was faithful to forgive him. So what does that mean for us? Ahab's story proved that God is still in the business of forgiving people, right? No matter how far you've gone, God is still in the business of forgiving, restoring, and redeeming us. So 2 Chronicle proves that there is hope for us if we just have to walk in that promise, and God will surely deliver. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, and as usual, like, comment, and share, and I will catch you next time.